Dobar dan, pozdrav svima. U ime Hrvatskog kineskog društva, prijateljstva, sve vas toplo pozdravljam. On behalf of the Croatian-Chinese Friendship Society, warmly welcome to all dear friends and honorable guests. 我代表科中友好协会向大家问好。Velika mi je čast da danas mogu ovdje sa nama pozdraviti kineskog veleposlanika, njegovu ekscelenciju Qianjina. It is my great honor to welcome the ambassador of People's Republic of China, His Excellency Qianjin. 很荣幸欢迎中国驻克罗地亚大使阁下Qianjin. I would like to welcome all the honorable guests. We have guests from media, we have guests from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and European Affairs. Warm welcome to all. And at the beginning, I would like to ask our very good friend of our society and very good friend of Croatia, His Excellency Chinese Ambassador Qianjin, to give us formal address. Yeah.
Добрый день. 尊敬的课中友协主席巴龙先生，各位课中友协的朋友们，老师们、同学们，各位中国的乡亲们，我本来是准备了一个书面的讲话，我在想呢，今天就参加这个会呢，就随便跟大家聊一聊。首先呢，我要祝贺巴龙先生今天组织这样一个会议，也是今天这个活动呢，也是配合课中建交30周年的活动。这也是我第一次来到科技学院，看到了很多老朋友的面孔，也看到了很多年轻的新朋友的面孔，我也非常高兴。
Poštovani predsjedniče Hrvatskog kineskog društva prijateljstva za kulturu i znanstvenu, tehnološku i gospodarsku suradnju, gospodine Branko Balon, dragi prijatelji Hrvatskog kineskog društva prijateljstva i dragi profesori i studenti i naši kineski domaćini. U stvari, ja sam pripremila jedan pisani tekst, ali kada sam došao ovdje, ja želim da vam kažem nešto moje mišljenje. I to je prvi put ja sam bio na ovom sveučilištu i veoma mi je drago da se s vama zajedno sa starim prijateljima i sa novim prijateljima.
昨天呢，我跟丽华女士，我们去到了里耶卡，参加由这个前驻华大使司马安西莫尼奇先生组织的在里耶卡的课中友协的活动。那么今天早上呢，我也参加了在萨格勒布大学体育学院的活动。今天呢，就马不停蹄又到了这个科技学院来参加巴龙先生的课中友协的活动。其实这3场活动呢，都是和这个中国有关。那么在这密集的这个几天里边，举行这么多的活动，也说明中国和克罗地亚关系是在不断的发展，不断的走得不断的更进一步的密切。
Jučer ja i svojim saradnicima su bili u Rijeci i tamo je bivši veleposlanik gospodin Simonici tamo je organizovao neke prijateljske aktivnosti u Rijeci i tamo ja sam posjetio sveučilište u Rijeci. Ali prije podne ja sam onda posjetio aktivnosti u kineziološkom fakultetu, ali poslije podne ja sam došao ovdje. Ja mislim ova 3 tri aktivnosti u stvari su povezane i to pokazuje prijateljstvo između Kine i Hrvatske se dobro napreduje.
我看到今天这个屏幕上打的是，今年是30周年，就是克罗地亚获得国际承认的30周年，也是中国和克罗地亚建交30周年。这30年里，中克关系取得的发展，除了双方的政治领导人、政府之间的合作之外，更需要广大的民众之间的友好、友谊。所以30年来，中克关系的发展，离不开在座的各位克罗地亚新老朋友的支持。所以我要在这里感谢巴隆先生，感谢科中有协，感谢在座的各位克罗地亚的朋友们。
Kad ja sam došao ovdje, ja sam primetio na ekranu se piše to je 30. obljetnica osnivanje nezavisnosti Republike Hrvatske. Također je 30. obljetnica uspostave diplomatskih odnosa između Kine i Hrvatske. Ja mislim u toku proteklih 30 godina prijateljstvo između Kine i Hrvatske se dobro napreduje. Ja mislim to treba da se zahvaljujem svim našim hrvatskim prijateljima i svim novim i starim prijateljima iz Hrvatske i iz Kine.
克中关系的发展，首先是表现在政治领域。我们两个国家的政府非常的政治互信非常的强。那么我经常听到克罗地亚朋友讲，说克罗地亚是一个小国，中国是一个大国。但是在过去的30年里边，中国把克罗地亚始终作为一个平等的伙伴。在中国的外交政策里边，国家不论大小，一律平等。 所以过去30年，尽管我们两个国家在人口、在面积方面有差异，但是我们始终把克罗地亚作为一个平等的伙伴和一个好朋友来看待的。
I odnosi između Kine i Hrvatske, ja mislim, na prvom mjestu i na prvom redu se pokaže u političkom područjima. Između Kine i Hrvatske mi imamo čvrsto političko povjerenje. Često mogu da čujem, neki ljudi kažu Hrvatska je mala zemlja, ima mali broj stanovnika, ali ja mislim u stvari u kineskoj spoljnoj politici u proteklih 30 godina uvek smatramo Hrvatsku kao ravnopravnim partnerima i prijateljima. I upravo na takav način u toku 30 godina mi snažno unapredimo odnose između naše dve zemlje i dva naroda.
那么除了政治关系比较友好之外，中克在经贸方面的关系也是比较友好的。我们现在知道中国是一个经济大国，是世界的第2大经济体。 中国去年的进出口额达到了6万亿美元，我们是很多国家的主要贸易伙伴。我们去年和克罗地亚的贸易额达到了20亿美元，这个是在不断增长的。
Osim dobrih političkih odnosa, ja mislim odnose između Kine i Hrvatske u područjima gospodarstva također je stabilno i napreduje. Na primjer, prošle godine ukupni trgovinski iznos iz Kine već dostigne 6.000 milijardi dolara, ali iznos trgovinske razmjene između Kine i Hrvatske prošle godine već su postigli 2,2 milijardi dolara. To pokazuje gospodarski i trgovinski odnosi između naše dve zemlje dobro napreduje.
所以现在在克罗地亚的市场上可以发现很多的中国产品，也受到克罗地亚消费者的欢迎。但是最受欢迎的在克罗地亚是佩列沙斯大桥。
I u stvari sada na tržištu Hrvatske može da se vide mnoge kineski proizvod. Ali ja mislim najpopularniji je to je Pelješki most.
这座大桥呢是由欧盟出资的，但是是由中国路桥公司承建的。那么中国路桥公司在短短的3年里边日夜奋战，那么按期在3年里边按期高质量的完成了这个大桥的承建工作。 这个大桥的重要意义不言而喻，它把克罗地亚南北的领土连在一起，实现了克罗地亚人民长期的一个愿望。
I u stvari i Evropska unija je investirala za izgradnju ovog Pelješkog mosta, ali ovaj most je izgradio kineske poduzeće. Kao što svi prisutni su znaju, ovaj most, Pelješki most je ostvario dugogodišnji san među hrvatskim ljudima koji su povezuje severni i jug Hrvatske teritorije.
这座大桥不仅仅把克罗地亚南北的领土连接起来，这座大桥也连接起了中国和克罗地亚人们的友谊。
I ovaj most ne samo da povezuje teritorije jug i severni deo Hrvatske teritorije, nego je povezuje prijateljstvo između naša dva naroda.
那么根据最新的统计，从7月26号到今天，这个克罗地亚这个佩列沙斯大桥开通已经4个月了，那么已经有100多万辆的汽车通过了这个桥梁，平均每天8000到9000辆。
I prema neke statistici od 26.7. do danas od uspješno propušten u promet Pelješkog most, već ima milioni auta prolazi kroz Pelješkog mosta. I mislimo da svaki dan da ima 8000 do 9000 auto prolazi kroz ovaj most.
除了政治交往、经济交往之外，中科在文化、 教育、体育领域的交往也很多。刚才上午我去参加了体育大学的体育系的活动。那么在疫情之前，我们中国北京的体育大学有100多名的学生，在克罗地亚萨格勒布大学体育系呢来接受训练和学习。
Osim političkog i gospodarskog odnosa između naše dve zemlje i mislim odnosi u područjima kulture, sporta i tako dalje i također dobro ide napremet. Na primjer, pre izbijanje COVID-19 ima 100 studenata iz Pekinškog univerziteta za sport da su studirali u Hrvatskoj.
所以，克罗地亚尽管是一个面积人口比较小的国家，但是一个体育强国。我们上周刚看了世界杯的比赛，克罗地亚足球队4-1的比分打败了加拿大队，中国的球迷都非常高兴。
Iako Hrvatska je mala zemlja, ali mislim Hrvatska je snažna sportska zemlja. I prošlog tjedna mi smo su pogledali utakmice o svjetskom prvenstvu. I Hrvatska nogometska reprezentacija pobedila reprezentacija iz Kanade. Ja mislim mnogi Kinezi su divili i oduševljeni zbog toga.
Modrić, Perisic， 很多克罗地亚的球员在现在都是中国人熟能详的球星，所以在这里我要代表中国使馆祝贺克罗地亚足球队在接下来的比赛中继续打败比利时队，继续在世界杯中取得冠军。
Modrić i drugi nogometaši su veoma popularni sada u Kini. Zato ja bih želeo da u ime Veleposlanstva Kine i u svoje lično ime da čestitam hrvatsku državnu reprezentaciju u budućoj utakmici postigne što bolju i veće uspjehe.
那么30年对中国人来讲，我们30年就像一个人的年龄一样。中国人讲30而立，30是一个最好的年纪。我们希望过去的30年中科取得的成就，不是一个据点，不是一个结束，而是一个新的开始。我祝愿科中有协的活动继续发扬光大，继续办得越来越好。祝愿中科关系繁荣进步。
Mislimo je 30.obljetnica, mislim na primjer za jednog čovjeka, to je veoma je lepa i zlatna godina. Ja mislim to je isto za odnose između Kine i Hrvatske. Zato ja srdačno želim u budućnosti odnose između Kine i Hrvatske još intenzivnije i želim društvo, kinesko-hrvatsko društvo još bolje se razvijaju.
祝愿在座的各位健康平安。
I želim vam svima zdravlje i sreću. Hvala vama.
For interpreting. Okay.
I give you also. 我要一个礼物。
Okay.
We have a little present for our ambassador. This is the Cui Hao de Kilodija Hongzhou.
Thank you, President.
Dakle, imamo jedno od najboljih hrvatskih vina.
Thank you.
I to je dingac sa Pelješkog mosta, o kojem smo sad pričali, jel?
Okay. By the way, Chinese government now supports the bilateral trade business exchanges between two countries. So now we are negotiating with Croatian government to increase import some products from Croatia to Chinese market, like wine, like tuna, like honey. So welcome the Croatian products to be appeared in Chinese market. Thank you. Hvala wonderful.
Gansie. I would like Branka to come on the stage, please. Our interpreter, she was so good. Thank you very much. This is Igor Liu. This is one book about Zagreb, about history of Zagreb. I think that you will like it.
Velika vam hvala. I velika vam hvala i meni je drago da danas mogu da dobijemo ovu knjigu o Zagrebu. Ja mislim da je za mene to je dragocena, onda ja mogu što bolje se upoznajem sa Zagrebom i sa Hrvatskom. Hvala vama.
Na čemu? Sad ćemo nastaviti sa programom. Možemo svjetlo ovoga malo tu. Jedan lijepi video. Igor.
今年是新中国成立73周年。73年来，在中国共产党领导下，全国各族人民团结奋斗，新中国取得了举世瞩目的发展成就。特别是党的18大以来，中国特色社会主义进入新时代。在以习近平同志为核心的党中央坚强领导下，我们全面贯彻习近平新时代中国特色社会主义思想，全面贯彻党的基本路线、基本方略，采取一系列战略性举措，推进一系列变革性实践，实现一系列突破性进展，取得一系列标志性成果，攻克了许多长期没有解决的难题，办成了许多事关长远的大事要事，经受住了来自政治、经济、意识形态、自然界等方面的风险挑战考验。党和国家事业取得历史性成就，发生历史性变革。今年是新征程中极不寻常的一年，面对复杂严峻国际环境和新冠肺炎疫情等多重挑战，我们高效统筹疫情防控和经济社会发展，积极推动创业创新，培育壮大新动能，构建新发展格局，推动高质量发展，有效实施宏观政策，助企纾困，千方百计增加就业，筑牢民生保障基础，办好群众关切的实事。我们深入实施扩大内需战略，推进区域协调发展和新型城镇化，大力抓好农业生产，促进乡村全面振兴，坚定不移深化改革，更大激发市场活力和内生发展动力，打造市场化、法治化、国际化营商环境，积极有为推进高水平对外开放。中国经济持续恢复发展，彰显出强劲韧性和巨大潜力。体育健儿在冬奥会、冬残奥会上勇创佳绩，人民生活不断改善， 各项事业取得新进步，展现新气象。即将召开的党的20大，将科学谋划未来5年乃至更长时期党和国家事业发展的目标任务和大政方针。中国特色社会主义事业必将迎来更加广阔的前景。今年是中华人民共和国和克罗地亚共和国建立外交关系30周年。30年来，在两国领导人和两国人民共同努力下，中克关系始终保持高水平、全方位发展，相互尊重、平等相待、合作共赢始终是双边关系发展的主旋律。两国钻石般友谊熠熠生辉。习近平主席在两国建交30周年贺电中指出，双方要进一步增进政治互信，拓展务实合作，引领中克关系实现更大发展。不久前，中国路桥公司承建的佩列沙茨大桥正式通车，不仅实现了克民众连接南北国土的夙愿，更成为中克欧3方合作的典范和两国人民友谊的象征。李克强总理以视频方式出席大桥通车仪式。
今年是中国和克罗地亚建交30周年，大桥的建成和通车，为两国和两国人民的友谊增添了新地标。衷心希望佩列沙茨大桥这道绚丽的彩虹，既为克罗地亚人民的生活和福祉增添光彩，或者说也能推动揭示中克中欧关系与合作的未来之路。
未来，中克两国将深化基础设施建设、科技创新、中小企业、绿色能源、数字经济、电动汽车等领域合作，充分发挥互补优势，积极寻找和扩大利益交汇点，培育合作新的增长点，实现共同发展，给两国人民带来更多获得感。
Thank you, Chinese Embassy, for this fantastic video. I watched it several times. I'm always fascinated. Okay, now we will proceed with the lecture. It will not be very long, don't be afraid, because after that we have some activities that are also nice. We have little music program, and we have some Chinese food and Croatian wine. I think it is the best to pair the Chinese food with this wine, with best Chinese food, yeah, and best Chinese food and best wine from Pelješac. Okay. Well, during the whole this year, I mean this 2022, in connection with the celebration of the 30th anniversary of the international recognition of the Republic of Croatia, there was a series of activities and projects. This event is also part of these celebration activities. The Croatian-Chinese Friendship Society for Cultural, Scientific and Economic Cooperation is implementing a project named We Create, Learn and Grow with Our Neighbors from China, with support from Croatian Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs. And one of the project activities is also this event, this lecture, and this show. We'll have, after that, a show, yeah, okay. So this year we marked the 30th anniversary. To be precise, it was on May 13 when we celebrated 30th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Croatia, and development of our partnership. Over the past 30 years, like Ambassador said, bilateral relations maintained all-round and high-level development, and political mutual trust was continuously consolidated. Despite the differences in population and area, like the Ambassador stressed, China has always respected our country and treated Croatia as a friend and partner. The leaders of two countries maintained close exchange and raised the flag for the development of China-Croatia relations. The two sides understood and supported each other on issues concerning each other's core interests and major concerns. Over the past 30 years, the economic and trade cooperation between the two countries had continued to expand. The opening ceremony that you have saw now on this video of the Pelješac Bridge was held not so long ago. It was 2 or 3 months ago. The bridge was not only a flagship project of China, Croatia, EU cooperation, but also a model for cooperation between China and Croatia and the symbol of friendship between the two nations. Chinese companies had deeply plowed the Croatian market, were committed to promoting Croatian economic development and providing Croatia with more high-quality products and services, creating a large number of employment opportunities for Croatia and truly benefiting the Croatian people. China and EU has important political forces as important political forces and major economies on the world stage, should strengthen communication and coordination on China-EU relations and major issues related to global peace and development, and should play a constructive and stable role. In his speech that we saw now on the opening of the Pelješac Bridge, His Excellency Chinese Premier Li Keqiang said that China and the EU were comprehensive strategic partners in the fundamental and long-term interests of China and the EU to work together and learn from each other. And everything should be based on 3 things. This is mutual respect, equality, and reciprocity. This is for my friend in the last row. Yeah, okay. As Chinese Premier Li so well described, during his official visit to Croatia in April 2019 in Dubrovnik, I was also there in Dubrovnik with Premier, Croatia and China are in diamond area of our bilateral relations. Cooperation between Croatia and China, formally titled as the Comprehensive Cooperative Partnership since the year 2005, and it consists of 4 tracks: bilateral and EU-China as the foundation, which are complemented by Croatian participation in the Belt and Road Initiative, and China Central and Eastern Europe Cooperation, CCEC. Regardless of the differences in size, economic power, international influence, and geographical distance, our countries share a lot of things, a lot of connecting points and interests. Apart from our mutual interests and understanding, our interests have been realized at an increasing rate, especially in the areas of economy, tourism, science, culture, sports, as also stressed Ambassador in his speech. And also what is most important, people-to-people contact, that we are particularly proud at our society, at our Croatian-Chinese Friendship Society. The Croatia position, which links together the Mediterranean, Southeast and Central Europe and the Danube region, makes an excellent strategic gateway to the market of this part of Europe, thus reducing the maritime journey of goods by nearly a week. More and more Chinese partners are beginning to recognize such economic opportunities, as evidenced by the rising number of Chinese projects and investments in Croatia. Here it is important to stress 2 such projects whose completion was not even hindered by the pandemic. It was first what we saw, opening of the Pelješac Bridge, Croatia awarded a tender for the construction of its most important infrastructure project, this is the Pelješac Bridge, to the Chinese company China Road and Bridge Corporation. This project has thus become not only a testimony of high trust between the two countries, between our countries, but also a way to showcase Chinese building expertise within the EU. The landmark bridge was officially opened this summer. I believe that we all watched it on the TV, or I was there. Leaving the lasting bridge, it is the lasting bridge of Croatian-Chinese friendship and an example of Croatia-EU-China cooperation. Another flagship project that must be highlighted, I forgot to picture Pelješac Bridge. Another project that must be highlighted, it is the biggest Chinese investment in Croatia. Up to date, this is the construction of the largest wind farm in Croatia near the city of Senj by the Chinese company Norinco International, and it was finalized just the end of the last year. It is the 156 megawatt wind farm. It is consisting of 39 such 4 megawatt turbines, and it is spread over 45 square kilometers near the Seine. So it's really impressive. The wind farm should be operating for the next 23 years with an annual output of 530 million kilowatt hours. This project, which is worth around 230 million euros, is an excellent example of investment and green cooperation between China and Croatia. There are also some other relevant investments and proposed projects, such as a potential bridge to connect the island of Pašman near Zadar with mainland Croatia. The project will also indirectly connect the island of Ugljan, which is linked with Pašman, with short bridge. Croatia hopes to receive EU funds for this project, but if it fails, we can also make maybe some public-private partnership, maybe with, or some partnership with China to help us build this bridge. Our ambassador was yesterday in Rijeka, so I just would like to stress something what's going in Rijeka. In the late December of the last year, the Croatian government at the city of Rijeka signed a contract for the construction of wastewater treatment plant. The work will be carried out by the China Energy Engineering Group, Jiangsu Power Design Institute, and SUMEC Complete Equipment and Engineering. The cost of the project is a little bit more than $7 million. And this is 70% is co-funded by the EU. Apart from this energy and infrastructure projects, Chinese companies and investors have showed interest in tourism and technologically innovative companies in Croatia, such as electric car maker Rimac Cars, in which the Chinese Camel Group in 2017 invested $33 million. The following year, that means 2018, the two companies opened a factory in China that produce components for electric cars and buses for China's market. The joint venture is worth $158 million. And the Rimac Cars got 40% of the factory. So we also have to offer something to China. Okay, and I'm also pleased that also some other Croatian flagship companies are finding their way into doing business with China. Yet I would like to see even more Croatian companies there in China. You know? We should give also the Croatian companies opportunities to to go to China. And I personally believe this can be accomplished to mutual benefit within our economic cooperation. I would like to mention few companies that also working with China. World champion, not in football, but world champion communication platform provider from ISRA. We also hear guests from ISRA. This is the name of this company is Infobip. It is from Vodnjan, ISRA County. And I would like also to mention one company from Zagreb. This is Docking, a special vehicles producer, and they are developing the business with the partners in China. And more high-quality Croatian products succeeded in entering the big Chinese market. What we saw at the beginning, and the ambassador stressed the wine. The Croatian wine being the most prominent, also to pair with the Croatian cheese. And I would also like to see, like our Chinese partners, other things as tuna, honey, and meat products. I hope it will follow soon. Okay, let's say a few words about tourism and culture. The growing number of Chinese tourists discovering Croatia are gaining an insight into the richness of Croatia identity, history, natural beauty, culture, gastronomy, as well as all that makes Croatia really recognizable worldwide. In 2019, just before the pandemic, there was almost 500,000 tourists from China here in our country. It further depends. It further deepens our friendship, and I believe it has potential to open up a new form of cooperation. On the other hand, Croatian citizens are fascinated with the impressive China history, like me, and China culture, as well as the economic and technological achievements of China. We have seen some of them in this video. By learning more about each other, we strengthen our ties and bring our countries closer together. 2019 was the Croatian-China Year of Culture and Tourism. It also contributed to further intensification of cooperation and mutual familiarity. I hope that the introduction, maybe, of direct flight between our two countries after this pandemic will further contribute to creating even stronger bonds between us. We have increased the dynamics of our bilateral relations also at the local level. It's also important to have it here at the local level, and contacts and exchange between our provinces and cities is also very important, and I can say it really flourished. The relations at the local level has been long-term. The Croatian capital Zagreb just marked the 40th anniversary of sisterhood relations with Shanghai, and the 25th anniversary of partner relations with Beijing. Other cities and provinces bring this cooperation further. Rijeka, Split, Dubrovnik, Opatija, Varaždin, Primorje-Gorski Kotar County, Osijek-Baranja County, Zadar County, Lika-Sen County, Vukovar-Srem County, and their partner cities Dalian, Qingdao, Ningbo, Xi'an, Hangzhou, Harbin, and the provinces Liaoning, Hainan, Sichuan, Qinghai, Hebei, Henan, just to name only a few of them. Okay. Now we are, as Ambassador said, we are all watching now the football, and so let's take a few words about culture and sports. But first I would like to emphasize the continuous and fruitful cooperation between Croatia and China in protecting fragile biodiversity within our flagship national parks. This is the Plitvice Lake and the national park in China, Zhoujiangou. Then Krka National Park and Huanglong. And this partnership also was awarded within the Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, now we come to the driving sports cooperation between two countries should not come as a surprise. Croatian footballers are widely known in China, as said ambassador, and also it's well known our Croatian trademark. This is red and white checkerboard jerseys and T-shirts. Yeah. And when speaking about Croatian football, we just can't avoid to mention this World Cup that's going now, that just kicked off in Qatar just a few days ago, and I believe everyone is watching our team, yeah? But I believe that many of you don't know that in Qatar there is also a Chinese team. There's also a big Chinese team. Do you know it? No? You don't know? And it's also shining there. From stadiums to public transport, from screen equipment to daily necessities is what makes the Chinese team successful also in Qatar.
Not football.
Oh, okay, not football. I mean, China is for this side, and in our country, Croatia is for football. So here is also mutual.
China's participating in Qatar World Cup.
Yes.
But football.
Yes, yes. Okay, and the Lusail Stadium in Qatar, this is the main venue for this year's World Cup, was jointly built by HBK Contracting and the China Railway Construction Corporation. This is the first time that a China company has built a stadium for the World Cup. And also about 1,500 buses was exported from China to Qatar, including 888 electric cars. Okay?
Two panda.
And two panda.
Panda was sent to Qatar as a gift.
Yes, very nice. Okay, good. We can give applause for these two pandas here. Good. Okay, now let's go to some culture about music. We will have some music here also. Many Croatian artists are well known in China. We all know here in Croatia Maxim Mrvica, but he's also a very famous pianist in China, and he receives a really strong applause in China when he's playing Croatian Rhapsody pieces. Okay, but maybe you don't know that also we hear in the audience one artist. He was the first Croatian singer to make a duet with one Chinese singer. I think it will be new for you. It is a song maybe for the teenagers, for the pupils of this school, but I would like to introduce Mladen Burnac. He's here. Maybe you can wave to us. And she's just
10岁的你难清心难承受一个人的形影，少了爱少了温柔的情谊，只留连午夜的纸上亲密，该振作了不能待在井底，因为爱你的人一样挺你，把所有爱与祝福铭记，兄弟是时候把胸膛挺起。Ej džaba, 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 ej džaba, džaba sve, ej džaba kad ti nisi kraj mene, ej džaba, 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 ej džaba, džaba sve, ej džaba kad ti nisi kraj mene. U pomoć drugovi，他离开我的生活，把我从他人生中出去。U pomoć pomozite。他跟新欢在一起，我已经被他判出局。Okay.
Okay, just a few words, and then we will have our music, live music. This music was not live, but we have live artists here. Again, congratulations for your duet, and I hope you will continue after the pandemic your next Chinese tour. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Good. Nice. Okay. What about technology coming from Croatia? Also, let's speak something about the technology what is coming from Croatia. What is the most well-known? Except I mentioned Rimac, I mentioned Dortmund and Infobic, but a little bit maybe 100 years ago. Okay, we all know about the Croatian contribution to the World Heritage. Just to mention some of them, we should not forget. I don't think we need to explain anything about Nikola Tesla. He is the inventor of the 21st century. Okay, and his contribution to the humanity we don't need to talk about. You know? By the way, this school we are now in is named after Nikola Tesla. Okay, and we have here also some Chinese students from this school. Are there any here? He was here before at the beginning. Okay, I just want to say hello to him. Okay, and do you know this thing that you are using every day? What's the name of this? Penkala. Penkala. Do you know that it comes from Zagreb? This is inventor. Okay, he was naturalized Croat, and he made in Zagreb Penkala. First, this is the first mechanical pencil in 1906, and it was called automatic pencil. And this is a replica of this original pencil, and it has a number because they are not. It is a limited edition, and I would like to give this Penkala to our ambassador. Okay, and necktie. You know what is cravat? Cravat is the first appeared as the part of Croatian military uniform in the form of adornment around the necks of Croatian soldiers. You know, it was during the 30 Years' War, and now is widely accepted as a mark of elegance. You see that I'm wearing a tie. Yeah. And so we have also one day that is celebrated in the world, Cravat Day. You know which date is the Cravat Day? This is the October 18. So I think that you will remember this next time. Okay. Also about the architecture a little bit. The European Great Wall. You know where is the European Great Wall? In which European country? It is, yes, in the south of Croatia, around the old city and sea saltworks of stone. There is also evidence that Marco Polo, who traveled the old Silk Road and brought Europe and Asia close together, that he was born also in one Croatian city that has the same name in the island. This is the Korčula. At that time, it was the part of the Venetian Republic. With the strong partnership relations, increasing investments, and many advances in increasing Chinese arrivals of the tourists, we hope that we will witness it again after the pandemic. And we can truly say that the future holds a bright perspective, and the future development of our relations in all aspects. Croatia indeed gives high importance to furthering cooperation with China in all spheres of mutual interests. As I often say, we owe it to the legacy of Marco Polo to strengthen our cooperation and bonds. And just to say something about the culture and education, since the Confucius Institute was established at Zagrebu Dašue, University of Zagreb, in May 2012, we just celebrated 10 years of the Confucius Institute. I would like to introduce, this is the Chinese director of the Confucius Institute. Thank you very much for your work there. And its free language courses has grown increasingly popular, with enrollment hitting about 2,000 pupils, I mean, we can say pupils, in 2019. The Institute also supports the university's sinology department at the Filozofski fakultet, which was established in 2004, this sinology department. Yeah? And we also have in the audience, okay, yes, good. And then what's to say a little bit more about this education exchange a little bit, and this will be the, we are now at the end. In May 2013, China and Croatia signed a 3-year agreement to organize student exchanges and offer a yearly scholarship to Chinese and Croatian students, with the Chinese side granting tuition for various educational fields. China pledged 200 government-funded scholarships from 2013 to 2018 to promote youth exchanges and educational cooperation between the two countries. Furthermore, to mark the Chinese New Year, also this was also organized with the Embassy of China and the Confucius Institute. We see this picture. It was celebration of the Chinese New Year. This is the, I think we all recognize this is the square. This is our main square, and it was not our New Year, it was a Chinese New Year celebration. And on our main square, there were hosted 80 terracotta various sculptures. You know what are terracottas, and they were, I mean, they were not original, I mean, not a copy, but these sculptures were inspired by the famous terracotta army discovered in the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Okay, and several months later than this, the Institute, I mean the Confucius Institute, organized the first Dragon Boat Festival, also known as the Duan-U Festival, on Lake Yarun. You know, it's in Zagreb. And now it is annual festival, and it includes activities also as I say, boat race. The dragon race is boat race, then kite making, paper cutting, and calligraphy. Okay, and when Chinese Prime Minister was in Dubrovnik in April 2019, he had a really strong delegation team. It was 250 Chinese, not only politicians, it was people that are working in business and many other fields, and they have signed there 6 agreements that are related to railway, agriculture, digital technologies, and tourism. The two sides signed a memorandum of understanding on investments. Huawei Croatia also signed a memorandum to encourage cooperation in digitalization. We have seen on a video a little bit about Huawei, and China And Croatia signed a memorandum on cooperation in sports. And since 2019, Huawei has sponsored the so-called Seeds for the Future program in cooperation with the Croatian Central State Office for the Development of the Digital Society. This program was meant to include annual study trips to China for Croatian students, but because of this pandemic, it was not very much students that were gone there. It was 36 IT students have gone up till now to this Seeds of the Future program. Let's check. Well, now I think we are at the end of my speech. I hope it was interesting, so I put some music in that I didn't want to bore you much more. And just in the end, I want to say a few words. A special mention should go to the small but dynamic Croatian community in China and the Chinese community here in Croatia. We have many of them sitting here, and we can say that our citizens are everyday ambassadors of our traditions, customs, and heritage. Okay, and this would be all from me, and now I would like to show you some Croatian music. First, we have one Croatian guy, but he's born in China. So I would like to welcome on the stage Tiger Wang. Please give him a big applause for him. He's Croatian. He speaks Croatian. Tiger, can you speak Croatian or just English or Chinese?
Croatian.
Molim da pozdraviš hrvatske goste.
Dobar dan, ja sam Tigar, ali na kineskom sam učači.
Hvala, Tiger, thank you. 谢谢. Okay, now I'd like to welcome stage, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our world famous Mak Murtić and Maja Rivić. They are playing around the world in London. We're living for. Maybe you can say a few words.
Yes, I wanted to. Hello, everybody. Thanks for inviting us. You can come up, Maya. Okay. So my name is Mak Murtić. I'm a composer and a saxophone player. And a few years ago, I did a project in Hangzhou, in China. And one of my compositions was performed there, and we worked with their ensemble of their university. And now that Branko called me up to do this, actually Maya and me, this Saturday, right? We thought we would show something that also was connected to what we were doing, what I was doing in Hangzhou, which is the connection of certain folk musical styles of Croatia and China. So in parts of North China and parts of North Croatia, there's similar scale types that are present in both areas, right? So I think actually, Branko, it would be nice to show the piece that we performed in China. I can put it on?
Yeah, yes, you can. You have it?
It's on YouTube, yes.
Okay.
But I can show a part.
I'm not sure because we should do it before because we are streaming this. Is it? We can't do it now. Možeš staviti sa YouTube-a tu da se vidi? Ne. No, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem, because this is the piece that actually shows the orchestra that we have, and which I think is a little bit more important than what we are doing now, but doesn't matter. Okay,
it's good.
We will perform for you two pieces from the region of Međimurje.
Welcome our artists.
Kak je teško našu ljubav tajiti iznad trnja fijelicu nabrati. Nabrala bi ja nebode za roko, za kim vehnem toga ljubit ne mrem ja. Nabrala bi ja nebode za roko, za kim vehnem toga ljubit ne mrem ja. Kak je teško našu ljubav tajiti između trnja fijolicu nabrati. Navrjala bi ja nebode za roko, za kim vehnem toga ljubit ne mrem ja. Nabrala bi ja nebode za roko, za kim vehnem toga ljubit ne mrem ja. Thank you very much. And the second song is called Zvira Voda, and it's very popular in the whole, in the broader Croatian region and Balkan region. Zvira voda iz kamena, hladna studena, rasti roža iz korena, lepa črlena. Divojčica rože brala, pak je zaspala. Poleg jahaj mladi junak, stihajo budi. Stani gori divojčica, jel si zaspala? Rože so ti povehnule, kaj si nabrala? Stani gori divojčica, jer si zaspala. Rože so ti povehnule, kaj si nabrala? Dečki so se oženili, kaj si ljubila? Vse so dekle za muž dižle, kaj si imela? Thank you very much. Hvala.
Hvala.
Mak Murtić.
Hvala. Hvala Naji i Maku. Strašno je bilo dobro. Fenomenalno.
Thank you very much.
I za kraj imamo još jednog svjetski poznatog glazbenika. At the end we have world famous guitarist from Croatia. His name is Branko, just like me, Branko, but not Balon, but BB, also BB. BB King, no, not BB King, this is Branko Bogunović. Welcome on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Branko Bogunović.
It's world famous, huh? Funny. No problem. Little Tiger is the future of Croatian guitar music. And the past. I'm joking, I'm not laughing. But you are the future, okay? I will repeat that I'm not past.
Hvala našem uvaženom i cijenjenom gitaristi Branku Bogunoviću. Kako niste znali, snimio je preko 500 albuma. 400, a dobro, još malo pa će biti 500, ne. I sprema se nakon pandemije na turneju po Kini. Veliki aplauz za njega, još jedan, molim, veliki. Okay, so we are finished, and now we'll go on a tea, Chinese tea. I'm sorry, it was a joke. We don't have any Croatian wines, just tea and Chinese food. Okay, enjoy your tea. In the next, in the next room, please come and have and enjoy the Chinese tea and the Chinese food. Please, daj svjetlo malo. Čuj, svjetlo da se vidi ovaj slajdić, malo ovo tu svjetlo.